Oh hey, it's about time we make plans for the future of the Amber Collection. How does a new Raptor sound?
Hey, sounds great to me. The first one was a big hit.
Yeah, the production quality was on point with this one, but I think we need to try something new.
Oh? Do tell.
Well, why don't we take the same sculpt and paint it like the Lost World Raptor, but make the colors a bit inaccurate?
I like it.
Also, why don't we make it so there's a slight chance of getting bad paint production quality with that one? That might be fun.
Bold. Very bold.
And no Raptor collection would be complete without a JP3 Raptor, so why don't we make the male one?
I like it. Fans would go nuts.
Yes, but to jazz things up, why don't we fire the quality control team so the bottom jaw gets glued on incorrectly on almost every figure?
I do know how much collectors like their surprises.
Oh, you and me both. That's why there's going to be a chance that the jaw is attached so poorly that it almost rips clean off.
Very bold. I love it.
I know, right? Man, I love this job.
Hello everybody, I hope you all had a gloriously wonderful holiday season. I had bronchitis. Yep. So I wanted to say I'm sorry for no Christmas special, but I could barely talk. I'm much better now though. Also, thank you so much for 7,000 subscribers. It means so much to me that you enjoy my videos, and I can't wait to continue into the new year. Anyways, we're kicking things off this year with a review on this articulated hunk of plastic, the Mattel Amber Collection Jurassic Park 3 Male Velociraptor. Man, that's kind of a mouthful. My favorite Raptor design from the franchise and one of my most anticipated releases from the Amber Collection. How does it hold up? Well, let's dive in, shall we? This figure shares the same exact body sculpt as the previous Raptor releases, which is to be expected. However, it is the first to feature a unique head and neck piece, which we'll get into in just a little bit. All of the standard articulation from the other Raptors is in place here, and is just as satisfying to work with overall. Excluding the given wire tail, which I never move too much because I don't want it to start splitting. The feet are still pretty drastically oversized, which is a little distracting visually, but they do allow you to stand and pose the figure without the included base, which is appreciated to some extent. At the end of the day, for a premium collector's line, I would prefer just having accurate proportions, sculpts, colors. Heck, just make everything as accurate to the films as possible, like it should be. Hey, update, as I was prepping for this video and messing around with different poses for this guy and such, the lower legs have severely lost their friction, so he can barely hold a pose without the base now. Super fun times, I love it. And speaking of the base, this figure includes one of the clear oh, there goes my phone. And speaking of the base, this figure includes one of the clear variants rather than the yellowy amber colored one, which kinda made the Raptors look like they were peeing constantly. I'm willing to bet that's why Mattel changed the color. While the clear base is an improvement from the original version, it feels like an easy way out. This is a premium line of figures for adult collectors. Those are Mattel's words, not mine, and this base looks super cheap. Some paint could really fix this thing up though, and I would love to see it painted with a black obsidian look, like on the packaging for the series, with an amber color for the Jurassic logo and maybe for some cracks in the rock. Anyways, the base pegs into the underside of the figure, and while this is a stable connection that supports a variety of dynamic poses, the hole on the underside of the Raptor is still distracting from some angles. So in the end, I display it and all of the other Raptors without their cheap looking hunk of plastic stands. Moving on up to the new head sculpt, the general look for the head is really good and is easily recognizable as the head shape featured in JP3. However, it's a bit too tall and wide, especially towards the back of the head. It's not the worst thing in the world, and the slightly more boxy look honestly fits the body sculpt for the Amber Raptors quite well, but it would have been nice to have the head be a little bit more on the slender side. The biggest thing I was worried about with this figure from the promo images had to be the quills though, and I must say they look pretty good in hand. They are thicker than they should be, which is to be expected, but they're not thick to the point where they don't look like quills anymore, at least in my opinion. Most of my problems with this figure actually comes down to coloration, which we'll get into in just a second, but the head contains one of, if not the worst quality control issue in any Mattel figure that I've ever seen. If you look at the lower jaw on my Raptor, it is attached incorrectly. You can clearly see the metallic joint for the jaw exposed, which is distracting, not to mention the slight underbite the figure has now. But fun fact, this isn't the first copy of this figure that I've opened. I bought one online from Target, and the first one that was sent to me also had a jaw that was poorly attached, but in this case, the jaw was glued on so poorly that the back of it was peeling off. It looked absolutely terrible, even in the box, and seriously made me question if quality control even cared. And I thought, maybe this is just a fluke with my particular Raptor, but no, it wasn't. After some brief research, it turns out that a really decent portion of these figures that were sent out have problems with how their lower jaw is attached, which was cemented for me when I got a second one from Target, and while it's better, the jaw is still clearly attached wrong. The corner bits towards the back of the piece don't even tuck in behind the head. And in case you're wondering, no, I did not just buy another one of these out of the blue. If there's one thing I will say for Mattel right now, it's that their customer service is on point. I called them up, told them my problem, offered to send them pictures, and they were just like, yo, we're super sorry, we're sending you a refund right now so you can order a new one. That was super appreciated and really efficient. As for my first copy of this figure, I just sent it to my friend Cesar. He didn't have an Amber Raptor yet, so it's better than nothing, right?
Look at that. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, it's
It's one thing if a paint job is misaligned or missing a color or something, or even some small sculptural flaws being present, but when the figure itself is assembled wrong with what seems like more oftentimes than not, that's pretty bad. Especially when you're a huge, well-known toy manufacturer who, once again, is making a high quality, I'm doing the thing with my fingers as I'm recording this right now, yeah, there you go, you can see me, a high quality, premium line of figures for adult collectors. Oh, and the cherry on top for quality issues is the sickle claw on my Raptor's left foot. It's glued in place, doesn't budge. Yeah, I have no idea, the other one works just fine. Anyways, enough ranting about that, let's move on to the colors, and you know what? I'm not gonna be super detailed with this, so let's just speedrun all of the problems. The reds on the hands, feet, tail, and back are way too saturated. The blue on the face should be more of a royal blue color and should be restricted to just around the eye and not continuing down the snout. There should be more red on the nasal ridge and more red in the eyes, and the quills should have multiple white stripes on them, but I'm forgiving that since they're such small parts of the figure. Overall, it's definitely very easily recognizable as a JP3 male Raptor, and it could be way worse, but it also could be way better, especially for a high quality line of figures for adult collectors. In case you're wondering how large this Raptor is, it's generally about 12 inches, 1 foot long. And for comparison, here's the two other Raptors from the series I have, along with Jeff Goldblum. In the end, I know I've sounded mainly negative in this review, but I still think this is a really cool looking figure, and it honestly is the best officially licensed rendition of the JP3 male Velociraptor that I can think of that we have in figure form. It's still a lot of fun to pose for photography and for display, but it is lacking in many areas for me as an adult collector. I really hope Mattel hears the community's criticisms for the Amber Collection and improves the line as it moves forward. We're just gonna ignore the Juvie Rex and Compy Pack that you guys released and start expecting better things. Right, Mattel? Right, Mattel? Let me know what you guys think of this one down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in my next video. So take care, and bye-bye. Man, I hope they improve the Amber Collection in the future. Oh, will you look at that?